So I have a message, and it's specifically for women, but it's also for anybody, really, because this is a special, profound time where we have an opportunity to flip her story, history, and step into being who we are born to be in this world. But this takes great courage. And I wear this because I don't fit into the bandwidth of, a certain age, the way that I look, etc. And some people think I'm cray, so it's all good. Okay, so I'm going to do a Dharma talk, and I am declaring myself a Shakti priestess. I am the co-founder of Shambhala Tantra Institute, Planet Earth, based in Bellingham, Washington, and Kona, Hawaii. And as I speak to you, darlings, the West Coast is on fire. And as I mentioned, many of our brothers and sisters are putting themselves in the line of fire. Our country is at a precipice. We will change the destiny of planet Earth. And it is my belief that it is actually women, Western women. We actually will change the course of her story. And it is Western women who will save the world. So make no mistake, this is a call to action for women and the sacred masculine, which holds that space for us. So however you want to take this, the sacred feminine within everyone. Okay, so let's go back to the foundation of our society. This is kind of a weird speech, but if you guys know me, then you're used to that. Okay, so original sin. Something like Eve had an apple and she gave it to Adam, and this became the downfall of mankind. Now, this is kind of a bogus story, I think, because it is the foundation of our cultural feminine narrative. So in our patriarchal religion, women are taught that we are not worthy. We are not enough. And we all know that women have been disrespected far too long for thousands and thousands of years of subjugation. Now, this is bogus because, we've been subjugated. Now is the time to release that stuff from our bodies, to love ourselves most of all, and most importantly, to not subjugate ourselves. The worst part of the patriarchy for any of us is that we internalize the bullshit, okay? So I learned a really cool word, and I love it. It's called Randa Kubanda. Randa Kubanda. Randa Kubanda is the stories that we tell ourselves. So we all tell ourselves a story. I figure it might as well be a good one. Now, since I'm going to go back, and I'm told I should tell stories, so I'm going to tell a story. I grew up in Utah. I was a member of the predominant religion. My faith was questioned. So I was called into the bishop's office, who was a man, and he was kind enough to offer me a Q&A session. And so I'm sitting with this guy. I was a little nervous because I was like 10, right? And I said, well, hey, I hear that boys can be priests when they're 12. So like with wide eyes, I'm like, well, so when do I get to be a priestess? And this particular man said, never. Okay. So you can imagine I was crushed. And at that moment, I decided that organized religion was not right for me because there was no place for me in it. That was just my choice. And I'm not saying that organized religion is, if it's working for you, then if it's transforming you, if you're raising your consciousness, then that's awesome. But most women have not seen the sacred feminine within their religion honored. So many of us have actually divorced ourselves from spirituality, not just religion, spirituality. And in fact, that is the foundation of our beingness. Spirituality, sexuality, life force, energy, that's female power, Shakti, right? So immediately when we're pretty young, things get squished. The important thing is that we internalize that. So it's time to let that go. A lot of that stuff is coming up. I see many of my sisters suffering. It's very, very painful. A lot of emotional turmoil going on, and as rightfully so, because a lot of stuff's going on. But now is a time, September, for us to really get in touch with our creativity. And I just want you all to know that you're all priestesses, because now is the time for the 1,000 goddesses to manifest and end the suffering or the illusion that we are separate from the divinity on planet Earth. We need to step into our priestess selves. It's not just me. You too can wear crazy horns of Hathor. Go for it. You know, I mean, now is the time. Now is the time. When we have 53 days before the US election, we are going to determine a tipping point. Okay, so that's what this talk is about. So many of you know that I'm a tantrika, Shakti priestess. And you're like, well, what the hell does that mean, Stacy? You know? Okay, so Shakti actually means power. There's no word for that in the American language, or the US English language. So Shakti must be used. I'm trying to be less esoteric. So, you know, please, feedback is appreciated, because most of the time I'm screaming into the wind. And I'm already at 10 minutes. I digress. Okay, so I'm having a lot of fun doing a tantric practice, which is embodying goddesses. So this is something that we can all do. These are actually levels of consciousness in the phenomenal world. Goddesses have not been acknowledged. So it's a several step process. First, we recognize the goddess. Pick your favorite one. There's a lot of them. There's like a pantheon of them. Now, today I'm going to be focusing on the goddess archetype. I'm going to be doing a class called Shakti Power. We're going to get into the goddess mother today. The next one is Kali, slicing and dicing all the stuff that separates you from your divinity. This is over 1 moon cycle. It's pretty accelerated. So there's that. And then the next one is Saraswati. She's the goddess of all knowledge and wisdom. And finally, there is Lakshmi, which is the goddess of prosperity. Now, that is not just financial prosperity. It is also, more importantly, spiritual prosperity. So when we call upon the vitality and the many resources of this goddess, we begin to resonate more and more with our souls. And we begin to flow with the universe towards our highest purpose or destiny on this planet. To do this, we must give up control. And the more masculine way of protecting ourselves and projecting ourselves in the world. There is great power in receptivity and gratitude, 2 characteristics that are lacking in our culture and in me. Okay, so everything I'm saying to you is I'm pointing right back at myself, because I am not, I can go a long way. I'm a very, very privileged white woman. So I've been practicing this recently and taking a day of silence. And on my days of silence, I'm a mother of 3 teenagers. I find that I am really super controlling. That, in fact, I would say I'm a control freak. And I watch my children. Sometimes I'm reactive, okay? Sometimes I see this in my children, which really sucks, just saying, okay? So, and not only that, but the whole family has really great conversations when I'm not projecting myself into that, you know, which is my ego a lot, okay? So a day of silence every week has been a great practice for me. So this mother energy is about surrender. It's about surrendering to nature, our true nature. And there's a mantra, and the mantra says, great mother, great compassionate mother, I surrender, I receive. I surrender, I receive. Okay, we cannot receive unless we actually surrender to Mother Nature. Sitting in the womb, okay? And I want you to all think about the womb, okay? And maybe think about the Da Vinci Code, okay? It's true. Okay. So the silence of receiving symbolic information with regards to your intention, attention, and commitment to this world, to our children. Develop qualities of the goddess and the great mother archetype. It is she who nurtures and sustains, starting with yourself. The greatest act that we can all do is to love ourselves, to be our authentic selves. And first, that is a profound, profound thing to do. It's not small. It's huge. Just loving yourself. That's it. That is a great service to humanity. For the next 50 days, just love yourself and think high thoughts. If you take nothing else from this, please take that. So the mother offers us safety and security. She provides a nest, a home, a womb, or a space in which for us to live, to create and ultimately give birth to the cosmic egg, which I had an egg and now it's gone, but imagine an egg. I have props. Okay, so to create and ultimately give birth to the cosmic egg. The mother is she who enfolds in mercy, forgiveness, and great compassion. We have to show great compassion and great wisdom and great courage. This aspect of the goddess is the essence of the divine, perfect love. Like a divine mother who loves all in an impersonal way rather than a personalized human mother. The goddess of compassion represents the benevolent heart that assists all beings, everyone, equally, in channeling the love of creation into manifest form. She acknowledges and empowers by seeing the potential of each being beyond the limitations of the ego, from the perspective of the oversoul, the higher self, rather than the ego or the personality, which is also needed, but we don't want that running the show. That's all. Okay. So the mother is tender without attachment. She's sensitive, inclusive, all embracing, and unconditionally loving. Okay. So I've had many wonderful teachers and great teachers in my life. And one of them told me that if you wanted to be enlightened, you must act enlightened. Okay. And absolutely, there have been many enlightened women on planet Earth. This book, Daughters of the Goddesses, many, many great mothers, Sri Ma, to name one. My teachers, Shakuntali, my great teacher, Joy, enlightened women on planet Earth. It's absolutely possible, but we absolutely need to act enlightened ourselves until we actually get there. It's sort of like the fake it to make it thing, all right? So how do we get in touch with her? Worship her? Love her? First of all, we have to fall in love with ourselves. So I invite you to take a few belly breaths with me into your womb space. It's not about me. Just breathe deeply, be quiet. Maybe just listen to my voice. Pay attention to your dreams and listen deeply. The gateway to the mother is the way of receptivity, consciousness, surrender, and devotion. It's in the silence. Be open to the not knowing and invite the possibilities of your infinite self, wakefulness, and mindfulness. Listen to the wiser and divine self that is constantly talking to you. We must relax into this active awareness and our intuition. Ultimately, take actions from our feelings, not emotions or heart impulse. The mantra, I surrender, I receive. I surrender, I receive. Mother asks us, what does the universe want to manifest through you? What is surrender? What does it mean for you to receive? You are a magical being. Crown yourself a queen, a princess, a priestess. Many women in Hawaii and myself, we call ourselves goddesses. Why not? Now is the time. So I'm going to actually get into character because it's fun. And I've come a long way since I went to that bishop's office. Okay, so that day I decided on some level I wasn't worthy. But luckily this year I've actually ordained myself a priestess and started my own organization. It's a good idea. Anyhow, so I'm going to get into Tara. So Tara is means star. Okay, so I'm actually going to get into character. I'm not an actress, but I'm becoming one for my own entertainment and maybe for yours. Who knows? I mean, keep my deep breath in. Keep breathing into your womb space. That's the place where we create from. And if you can actually circulate that breath from your womb into your heart, or from your womb space into whatever part of your body that needs a little extra loving and nurturing and loving yourself. My darlings, I am Tara. I shine with the brightness of 1,000 autumn moons. My name literally means star. I sit on a full lotus representing enlightenment. My attention is focused inward. I am the mother who cares for all of her children and choose to offer the gift of a long life. Whether your pain is physical or emotional, I will listen to your prayers and help all those who bear their challenges with dignity. I intercede on behalf of all beings to assist them in their process of awakening. My arms are open to receive all of my children equally. My healing and mercy, my protection. I relieve, comfort you in your sorrow. My yin energy is a transcendental inward flow of energy that creates gentle, consistent, and determined action. I empower through fluidity by inviting you to my flow that feels like a slow moving stream. I offer you freedom and forgiveness for whatever story you may tell yourself. My essence is love and compassion for all sentient beings. I am the embodiment of bodhicitta, which is being shown by your firefighters, healthcare workers, frontline workers beautifully right now. Bodhicitta. All right, next goddess is Mother Mary. I don't need to change my headdress for this one. Okay. So it just wasn't Jesus who was enlightened. Also, Mother Mary is a goddess. She's our Christian goddess. I am Mother Mary. I am the beloved Mother of Christ, and I am known as the Queen of the Angels for my ongoing and miraculous healing work. I work closely with anyone who works with children, a healer, protector, or teacher. I love children, and I'm devoted to making the world a happy place for them. If you would like to help children, ask me, Mother Mary, for an assignment. Expect a miracle and have faith that your prayers will be heard and answered. So examples of Mother Mary in our world are Mother Teresa. Okay, she was seriously badass. Her focus was to help those children, and no matter what was in front of her, her goal was to help those children who were suffered terribly in this world. And Princess Diana, I think, is another excellent example of that energy of caring for children. Okay, so the next one is Ma Wu. Now, Ma Wu is the African version of Mother Earth. So it would help if my skin wasn't so white. It's shocking. I wish I wish I had some more pigment, seriously. Okay. So Ma Wu. Okay, this is going to take a moment to get into Ma Wu. What's up my bowl here for this one? Breathe with me, people. Okay, now Ma Wu is kind of feeling a little Shakira right now. She's feeling she's a warrior. Okay, she's a warrior. She's got some teenage children that have been isolated. They've been sent to their room because they stole the car and crashed it. Okay. So she comes with us with great compassionate love. Well, we're kind of in the hospital. We're like, we're okay. We're going to be okay. We've broken a few bones. And we look up and we come to, and there we see her, Ma Wu. Okay, Ma Wu, the African goddess of Mother Earth. My children, there is no greater cause today than giving back to me, your mother, and spending more time with me. My hope is that you will experience the land as my body, the oceans and streams my circulatory system, and the wind as my breath. You are a reflection of me. I ask you to rekindle your relationship with me. I ask you to rekindle your relationship with me. I am the foundation for all life. Take action to honor me. Your contribution is needed, no matter how small. You can support my well-being with simple changes on how you operate. It's worth it, and I will help you accomplish this in all ways. I help all those who call upon me to help them rekindle their relationship with me and with themselves and all life. Your needs will be abundantly supplied without you causing me any harm. Love yourself. You are a reflection of me. If you develop faith that it is truly possible to be free and live your true nature, your true purpose will open up to your manifestations, and you will experience the true nature of reality. Love. You will naturally attract people, situations, and resources to live your vision and become a radiant and divine being. You can be a being whose mere presence is a blessing. The universe is longing for you to wake up. The universe is longing for you to wake up and be a transformational agent and steward of this planet, or yourself and your own thoughts and your own suffering. Wherever you can go. Now is the time. You can be a transformational agent whose progress is aligned with Mother Earth's needs. The universe is holding its breath in anticipation of you taking your place as a co-creator. Women will save this world. The Dalai Lama says Western women will save this world. When you enter the flow of my river, you will take responsibility to live an extraordinary life and be a magnificent human being, which is much needed, and produce a literal tidal wave of love into this world. It's true what they say, when mama's happy, everybody's happy. Now is a very powerful time to ask yourself, what does the world want to manifest through me? What is your hope for humanity? Elevate yourself Nurture yourself. Think the best possible thoughts. And we can have a powerful outcome on November 3rd. The fall equinox is a powerful time to get together with women, with anyone to set an intention, commit to whatever it is that's your next step. That's I'm getting kind of Wiccan or whatever, witchy or goddessy or whatever you want to call it. But absolutely, the thing here is call upon me, call upon the goddess, connect with the goddess, go out and stick your feet in the dirt. Elevate yourself, elevate your thoughts, nurture yourself, whatever it takes, love yourself. My company, Shambhala Tantra, will be offering tantric classes in October and September. One is on goddess, I call it Shakti power. So you can check out Shambhala Tantra Institute on Facebook if that's something that interests you. This will probably be my last live on this channel for a while, and I'm going to do it till the election at least on my Facebook page. So subscribe and follow me on Facebook. Now is a powerful time to ask, what does the world want to manifest through me? Breathe into that. What is your hope for yourself? What is your hope for humanity? What is your commitment? What is your intention? Where is your attention? We're all in this together. It's time for the 1,000 goddesses to awaken. It's time to awaken, Shambhala. Now is the time. I surrender, I receive. I surrender, I receive. Namaste. The answers are inside.